you like their off-the-shelf sequence, by all means, contact them. I think majority of them still have some slots left, although they are getting ready to get into the commercial sequence side of their business. So, but definitely give them a shout if you are looking at some custom work. The next one I have is Sean and Lilia from nutcracker123.com. They don't really have, well, I'm not going to say that. They are working on a lot of stuff. It was a large email I got from them. They do have White Christmas, Bing Crosby, on their site for free. I think it might be $1. And the reason that is because they did a little tutorial with it on how to sequence a slow song, slower pace song. So very good job with that Lilia did. And it is offered in the store, either free or for $1. I got the email that it was free, and then I saw on Facebook that I think it was $1. So, but they do have that, and she is busy right now taking a lot of her older sequences and basically making them 2019. She's updating them with effects. She is doing an easy map. So it's easier for us people that go in and buy it to make it easier to map it over to our displays, by groups.
That seems to really be a common thing this year.
That is hot. I think system. Almost everybody is doing that this year with the easy map. Some of them call it different things, to make it easier for us.
Now, can you explain a little bit of what easy map is? If I said, hey, so far this year, it's currently June and I have not bought any sequences this year. So when I do buy some, and they're easy map available in easy map, what does that mean to me?
Well, I'm going to go back to Pixel Pro. Clyde did an awesome tutorial on mapping, and what he did with that tutorial is he took the house display that he uses, the generic house that he uses, and he basically showed how he groups everything together. As far as like the snowflakes and then the individual snowflakes, the stars, the trees, the arches, roof line, how he labeled everything. So when you go in and you set up your display, or you go in and set up your groups, then if you group it to how they have it, then you could just hit I think it's auto. Oh my gosh, what's it called? Auto map. And it'll take all the alike names and put it straight over. So all you got to do is hit done, save, render, and boom, you're pretty much set up. Now you do want to go in and tweak, here and there. You might want to move some stuff around if you have a larger matrix with a P10 panel. If one of them is a Tune 2, the other one's a regular matrix, or if you have more than one matrix, you want to fine tune it to your show. But their tutorial is absolutely awesome on it. I watched it last year when I was getting into doing the mapping over to my display, and he did a very awesome job, which I'm sure a lot of people do that too. But with the easy mapping that I think they're going to, and I haven't dug into it a ton, would be how they group, how they name their stuff. If it's the upper roof line, east roof line, you're not going to know which side is east just by looking at it on the picture. So they're breaking it down to make it, I'm going to say, more simpler for the average guy to go in and take his display with what they have and make it their own. Long answer for a short question.
Yeah, I feel smarter now.
There you go.
Which is amazing, because I typically don't.
And she's also working on a very large, I guess it's a 3-hour tutorial that she's going to be given at Expo. She's working on that to do the 2D Intense X-Lights workshop at Expo. So she is working on that. They will be down there in Florida next month, in here just a few weeks. And then there's Tom BitGeorge at magicallightshow.com. Does absolutely amazing work. He does have some moving heads in there. Oh, and that's something I wanted to bring up too. And I was going to ask Tom about it. but he is doing a lot. The sequences that I've watched on his here in the last few days have a lot of talking trees, talking faces. So I am incorporating 3 of them in my show this year. So his sequences would absolutely be awesome for that, because it has the talking sequences already in there for you. So it'll be very similar to when we did X Lights Around the World. When we mapped it over to our displays, it automatically popped in there if you had talking trees or talking snowmen or something. So, but he is, he didn't say that he has anything coming out right away, but he is working on quite a few. He does have the Fifth Symphony, help me, Fifth Symphony, by Beethoven. Woo.
Is it the Montanian accent?
That
Should
is
not be able to say that.
That's a combination of the Kansan Montanan coming out. Because I've almost been up here in Montana longer than my home state of Kansas. So that would be a combination of both. But anyways, Fifth Symphony by Beethoven is getting ready to come out. He is also working on Winter Wonderland by Johnny Mathis. Hard Rock Melody, of course, that's a various, again, when you're doing your show, when you're testing your lights, testing your props, that's a very good one to do. He does have some Halloween coming out for Ghostbusters, the original, and then Best of Disney Princesses, and that is by a various artists, and then Christmas Can by Straight No Chaser. So those are the major ones that have gotten back to me. I do want to bring up Extreme Sequences. He does have some stuff. He released a half or a partial sequence that he is working on. He does want to kind of stay a little bit tight-lipped on what he does coming out. He likes the surprise for his club members and for his patrons that go and visit his store, but does have some very good stuff on there to go in and check out. And like I said, they're all, there's constantly sales going on. You just have to kind of stay up with the pages, and there will be links at the bottom of the page if you want to go in and check them out. If you do your own sequences, if you go to some of their tutorials, they do have some really good tutorials on your own sequences, if that's what you're into as well. So, but that is my scoop. Ven, what do you got?
I got a question for you.
No, I don't.
This was your first ever time recording
yes.
a podcast like this. Did it hurt?
A lot.
Did it? You feel a little violated yet?
There's nobody that's going to say I'm shy and that I don't like to talk, because I'm very not shy and I love to talk.
That's good.
If I was doing this by myself, I would definitely be a hum and an and oh my gosh, what? No, I hate talking to myself. I love talking to people, and I can talk for a very long time. I love my voice.
It's easier to be able to talk to someone about this.
Of course, yeah, definitely. And once I'm off all these meds, I'll be able to have a little relaxing liquid, we'll call it, in my brand new glasses that I got today from some very special people.
Well, and speaking of that, how many times have we mentioned Fireball today?
Well,
I think that was the first time, so we better mention Fireball.
Better bring that Fireball in here, because, I just got a box in the mail this week, although I can't drink it right away, but it had a big old honking bottle of Fireball in there. And if you ask my wife, Fireball is what put me into this condition. But then I'm in right now. But no, that's probably my bad habit that I've done for 35 years that caused that. So, well,
for no reason at all, I might have to say that Fireball is what you have in a smooth whiskey with a fiery kick of red hot cinnamon. It tastes like heaven, burns like hell, and what happens next is up to you. I don't know why I have to say that, but
that really sounds like it's right off the bottle. That was awesome. Did you just come up with that? Just like right out of the air?
Or it could be a script that they make us read. Who knows? Who knows what it is?
That's awesome. Did a very good job with that, man.
Yeah. What can I say? I've always been a good copywriter.
There you go.
Ooh, that one went down a little Bernie.
Well, like hell.
Yes, but what happens next is up to you.
There you go. Yeah, I don't remember much from that night that we did that midweek podcast. That was
a lot of fun.
That was a rough night.
So,
it was going down really good.
So what's your plans for next episode with this show?
Next episode, I am going to have more of a rating scale. Not to rate anything bad, by no means. But I'm going to have a little bit more time. So I will be able to get into more sequences, I'm going to get into more of the websites. I do have them all linked on my tablet now that I can go in and say, wow, that one is freaking awesome. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in the sequences themselves, and kind of give my critique, I guess, to stay on a positive note. If somebody would, or try to get a spark of somebody that says, hey, I want to go in and check out that sequence because Brian said that it was flipping awesome.
Yeah, because what happens if, I don't know, let's say that John Smith releases a new, I don't know, does John Smith make sequences? I don't know.
I bet somewhere out there.
And John Doe, I know he definitely does. Anyway.
Well, I think Jane does more of that, though.
Oh, she's the sequencer of the family?
I think she's the sequencer of the family.
Okay. John Doe releases a new sequence that obviously you see, but a listener doesn't see it. And they want to know, hey, was it worth my time? Do I need to go check it out? I think they'd love to be able to have an idea of some of the best ones that have come out recently.
Mm-hmm.
And that way they can keep an eye on things.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. And, and something I might do too, because a lot of us don't have a lot of money to throw around at sequences and stuff. I might even throw in some of them that I like from the share drive. That if you guys don't know, we do have a share drive that has a bunch of sequences in there that people have shared. And there are some, I wouldn't put it on my house displays, sequences in there, but then there are some absolutely amazing ones that have been shared, Keith Oil, that are absolutely awesome. So I do want to throw you out there because that was a very nice share that he did last year for Carol of the Bells. No. I'm sorry. Christmas Eve Sarajevo. That was absolutely awesome. And that was probably one of my favorite that I had on my house last year was his sequence.
Awesome.
So I might throw that out there
I think that is a fantastic idea to talk about not only which ones are some of the best ones that you can buy in stores, but also which ones are the best ones available on the share drive.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool. That's a fantastic idea. I like that.
Yeah. Just a thought. And then, of course, if any of the listeners, if they have any suggestions, something that they want me to go in and check out, or if something that they've seen that I haven't seen yet, that is amazing, please hit me up on my email, which I think is flashy. Is it flashy at Professional Triers, I think. I don't remember. Probably should have looked at that.
Well, they can also I tell you what, even if they mess up the email address, which that's okay. Who cares?
It'll be at the bottom.
It's you're Brian freaking Mcvay.
Yeah, there you go.
They can find you on one of the Facebook groups.
I am all over. So, yep, send me a PM, send me an email. And if there's something that you want to see, something you want me to check out, by all means. And if you're a sequencer out there and I didn't get you mentioned today, by all means, please, for the love of God, let me get you guys out there with the listeners. And hit me up. I will definitely throw you in. Let me know what you're doing, what you're working on, and we'll get you added into the show.
That's cool. That is very cool. Anything else you want to talk about today?
I think I'm good.
You're all good?
I don't have nothing else. I could talk about the weather. Winter storm advisory up in Montana. Gotta love that.
It's June 22nd.
Not in the mountains. In the mountains, it's still stuck in March. No, we had some road closures and some winter storm